Greetings, community, and welcome to Engineering Comics. And my pre-order arrived. I appreciate each and every single one of you that cruise on through. I truly do. And for you, I'm going to go ahead, along with for myself, do a quick unboxing. I'll give you a quick briefing on what I bought and why I bought them, and maybe a little bit about the storyline itself to possibly translate you into possibly picking up the series in itself, depending on what it is. I did not play with the functions on my camera or my phone. I please forgive any and all interruptions that you may hear. I am hopefully getting the rest of the pieces to my computer tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be utilizing a totally different platform and medium. Well, I'm looking forward to it, believe me. All right, this is a half sheet of my order, and without giving you all the other info, this side and this side. So buckle in, buckle down, and enjoy the show. We're going to be going through a lot. Let's start off with Marvel Zombies 1, second print. I just thought it was kind of cool to get a second printing, something that was untouched in the sense of I ripped apart. I only bought one issue. I want to go ahead and rip apart, the just the things that I was reading. I wanted to get one collector's item. I wanted it to be a second print, and there you are. Let's go ahead and go to the other Marvel Zombies, issue number 2. And I did read issue number 1. For anyone that's a Marvel Zombies fan, this kind of just, I don't know, it's not necessarily a direct continuation of, but it is in the same vein, tries to give you the same flavor, and it does have the same feel. So I did enjoy the issue number 1. I'm looking forward to reading issue number 2. All right. Moving on from that, it's Exquisite Corpses. If I recall, I'm going to have to open this up to be certain, because what I've been doing is I've also been getting second prints. So this is issue number 6, cover C. I've been buying 2, one from the shop and one from my pre-order. That's an issue C, untouched. Issue number 6, cover C, untouched. And if I recall, this is issue number 7. Also will be, there you go, untouched. I have read them both. I am caught up on Exquisite Corpses. It just so happens every time this comes out, like I said, I'll buy one from the shop. I'll pre-order one from here. That allows me to go ahead and read one instantaneously. It tends to be my blue light special every week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please visit my other videos. I do a weekly show on a Tuesday, which is Kevin's Most Anticipated Reads Tomorrow, or Kmart for short, and I'll give you a breakdown of the reads I'm looking forward to every week, especially on the Tuesday, the day before New Comic Book Day. All right, and completing out One World Under Doom issue number 9. Looking forward to jumping down into this. I do know that after the aftermath, it's everything changes. I don't want to give too much, but believe me when I say we're going to be introducing some Ultimate Universe into the regular universe very, very soon. Speaking of which, Incursion issue number 5. All right, so this is the Ultimate Incursion issue number 5. 1 through 5 was essentially a storyline that follows Miles Morales chasing down his baby sister, Billy, which also gives her first words, which tends to be Miles' name. In that search, in that trying to find his sister, he ends up learning a lot about his sister. Supposedly she has a greater power than anyone understands. It is, in the way I was interpreting it, it was comparable to almost like an Omega style mutant or something that's significant, because she was supposed to bring upon the end of the world and possibly the universe. Not quite certain how that was supposed to work out, but we did obey that. And Miles was given a box. And this is it. And in that box, it has a bunch of powers. No one was entrusted with it other than Miles to take it into a different universe, which he essentially brings back ultimate powers into our regular universe. So I not only got one, but I got a couple there. I ended up picking up 3 other ones, and I have 3 signed by so far by Cody Ziegler, hoping to get more signed by him. Was in this, the aftermath we see in issue number 39. He ends up not only getting a fight with Rabble, but he's also coming back from this Ultimate Incursion in this Ultimate Universe trip, and he's trying to not only navigate his way back in the sense of how he's supposed to feel about and hide all these powers and kind of just put I guess, a stamp on, a ribbon on what he just dealt with and have some type of closure, but also understand that it's still not done. He has to deal with that in this present universe, which he's now dealing with a lot more than just that, which is Rabble. And there we are with a battle with Rabble in issue number 40. Now, as we know, he keeps getting his butt kicked by Rabble. It's no mere just regular villain. This one can really hurt him bad. So I'm curious, one, how this is going to work out for him, and two, what's this end result? Because this is like the third time he's doing battle, and something has to change. Spider Girl. I'm a massive Spider Girl fan, and until I get my Spider Boy back, I'm going to keep reading Spider Girl. She comes out of the works of Dan Slott and out of the Spider Boy series. I thoroughly enjoy this character. She does have her own series going on right now. I would imagine it's probably only a 12-issue maxi series. I'm not quite certain who's reading it other than myself, though I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I just don't see it going past 12 because, like I said, I don't know how much fanfare there is for this character, though I dig it. And got a couple of these spoilers. She has been making appearances with a lot of big name characters, just like Spider-Boy did. So I'm just curious to see the further integration down the road of this. And then in issue number 6, it's cover A, and this is my favorite. I do live by the beach, and this cover B is just awesome. Has a real Hawaiian feel to it. Look at that. Yeah, I've really been enjoying the series. I really have. All right, Venom 251. A lot going on, especially with the Venom of the 252 that has dropped. I really have been enjoying Venom as an ongoing series. I can't get enough. And now that we get these legacy issues coming out, everything's ramping up. We're getting new characters coming in. I'm digging it. Ultimates. This is bringing it all together. This is essentially the hub to all the other Ultimate issues spreading out. And this one gives you a real understanding, a comprehension of what's transpiring in this Ultimate universe as it comes to a close, essentially. And then we got, so that was 17, here's 18. This will end, if I recall, at issue 24. And then Ultimate Wolverine, which I believe ends at issue 14, which has also been just amazing. How they've been using him as a weapon. And yeah, it's been pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Ultimate Spider-Man. This is the issue that kind of started it all. I just looked it up. This thing is going for a pretty penny as far as issue number 1 is concerned. This also finishes out issue 24 and has been one of the stronger series for Marvel to date. In the sense of the past 2 years, yeah, it's been really selling well, and I've enjoyed it. It's a really solid issue. I mean, it's a solid series. Here we are, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 15. I really thought this was going to be something. I spec'd on it. Went a little heavy. It turns out this suit, forgive me, is, yes, an alien thing, but it's more tech-driven. Think of a sentient computer being, and it's tortured to the point of where it's malleable in the sense of it turned into a suit against its will. Street version, so issue 15. I really did enjoy the series, and no, I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of it coming down the road. That doesn't mean that I ain't go heavy and go stupid. This character here may turn out to be something down the road. I do like the introduction of that character, and I want to see what ends up developing. This was supposed to be the USA 250 homage cover. So basically celebrating the 250th year of United States, founding. Really calling ourselves that. Anyways, that's why they have this colonial look to it with the 250. As I said, I'm waiting on pieces. Hopefully tomorrow I'll end up getting it. Wait, am I going backwards? No. For my computer, and hopefully Kyle will end up assisting me building that thing. All right, Spider-Man issue number 16. I'm looking forward to getting into this. We end up seeing hints on how this goes from 15. So I can't wait. I am digging Spider-Man. Kelly's doing a great job at this thing. Ramita joining on the art is just working out really well. So I've been enjoying a lot of it. Variant. Getting a little too crazy with some of these variants. Variant. I have to admit, when it comes down to, whoops, did that backwards. Certain of the gimmicks that they've been doing with like the Muppets, and in the case of this, the Toy Story. Yeah, I'm gonna get them. I'm a sucker. And look at that, cute. The homage version of that. That's so cool. King of Black. I already read this. Dug it. I'm chomping on the bit for Noel. I can't wait. I'm a Noel fan. Here we go, Spider-Man UR, issue number 2. Issue number 1 was a great introduction to the series. It's going to be, I believe, a 6-issue mini, and yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Eric is doing a great job. Eric Larson is doing a great job on this Spider-Man story, and he hasn't been doing anything as far as with Marvel that I know of in a while. So it was great to see him come on in and do a New York story. Just saying. All new Spider-Gwen. There's another homage cover, even though it's cover A. Usually things like this are actually, variants. Speaking of variants, Marvel. Zombies. Variant, issue number 3. That's pretty sick, man. Look at that. Yeah, that's cool. Can't wait to get into the story. I really dig it. Yeah, well, I got like 3 of these things. I really dig them. My son's been doing the Rivals games, so I've been getting not only the Rivals covers, just because he's been playing the game, but some of these covers, like in the case of Fantastic Four, they actually have codes in them, so it's been working out for him. And then issue number 4. I've been enjoying this series. I've been trying to get away from it, but damn, they keep bringing me in. Look at that. Street version of this cover is really good. Put that there. And this finishes out. Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe. I think I got that. Yeah, I did. Carnage cover. Really been digging this series. It's really fun. Duggan has been doing such a great job at this thing and having so much fun with it. But yeah. I know issue number 3 of this came out. Marvel, Black, White, Blood and Guts. Yeah, I can't wait to get into it. Oh, Templeton. Spicy. Yeah, what I like about these anthologies, it offers a lot of people to have a lot of fun. I mean, it brings in a whole lot of different creators all the time to go ahead and throw their little, and they don't have to adhere so strictly to the timelines of stuff. They can just play any way they want. This was awesome. I ended up getting a couple of covers of these because of how it ended. It's no mystery at this point. Carnage ended up finding out the identity to Peter Parker, and yeah, that's no good. That's a whole lot of problem right there. Immortal Hulk. I thought he was a badass before. He always had some restraint, in my opinion, with all the past writings, and being that he was immortal, he respected that fact that he was a god. But now that he's mortal and he's no longer an immortal, I had forgotten all who he is, and he's just this construction worker. He doesn't think twice about putting a hammer through someone's face. It's pretty gnarly. I'm just saying. Yeah, and this is cute as hell. I had to get it. I think I got like 3 of them. But I pre-ordered one through CBS, and then I got like 2 of them at the shop. And then this, I'm looking forward to reading this ending. People may say, hey, this was terrible. When you read this and the reason why it ended up transferring for that time, yeah, that makes sense. I can't wait to get, because all I read was up to 4, and I can't wait to get into issue number 5. That is the Death Silver Surfer. Black Cat, issue number 3. She rebranded herself. I can't wait to get into this issue. Seriously, I'm digging how all this is working out. And, yep, I got the variant. Like I said, I'm getting all these Marvel Rival variants. So, it's Jeff. Every kid loves Jeff. I'm just saying. And if you're not reading comic books, then you're not even close to being a kid. Just kidding. I like reading these things, and not only that, at times, especially when it's Halloween, I'll go through my stuff and end up giving some of these things out. I'm just saying. I'm done reading them, and they're kids. They're all ages. Severe Pirzada is doing a great job. This story has been going on for almost 2 years. There's been big gaps in this whole storyline, but yeah, I can't wait to get into issue number 2. Issue number 1, yeah, I already knew who Violence was because I think it was the way that they wrote it. They weren't kind of thinking it all the way down the line. I think it was supposed to end really at the last one and then do a different series based on the. Anyways, we already knew who the identity was by issue number 3 of the last series, but most people just didn't put 2 and 2 together, I think. This is a throwback, an homage covers, 90s style. Really dig that. Oh, let me put all these things together. So that was all the Marvel stuff. And then this is like one of my only DC style books. Please don't hate. Please don't hate. But it's the first cover appearance. It's the same. Kubert, Miller, Norris, Stegman. Yeah, it's again, I dig it when everybody has a contribution to stuff like this. Graham, issue number 25. Bittersweet. I can't wait to get into this. I bought the foil. Yeah, I can't wait to get my new system up and going. You'll be able to see better. I'm facing circumstantial stuff. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It makes a face on the bottom of the foil. Yeah, being that this was announced, I was there at San Diego Comic-Con. I didn't realize that's what was going on. She was late to coming back from her announcement on the panel that Grimm was going into production. Her and Flaviano are executive producers, if I recall, on the project. And yeah, like I said, I knew of this since like July. Yeah, I am so happy, and I'm bummed, but I understand that she has to focus more on not only the writings, but along with being producing this, having her say in the direction of how this goes. I'm looking forward to seeing this when it comes out as an animated series. I understand that again, it had to be terminated as far as an ongoing series was concerned. Grim, but to sacrifice that for it to be an animation, I'll take it. Just saying. So yeah, I've been buying ever since issue number 1. Been loving it. Cult the Lamb. I don't play the game, but man, I love the comic. Look at this. That's so cool, right? Just saying. So yeah, I had to put it in color clear because this is so cool. Yeah, I actually do play drums, so there's a Cult the Lamb F&F song that I play, actually 4 of them, and I'm a fan. Just saying. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, issue number 4. This one came out of left field, I think, for most people. When Patrick Horvath first introduced this series, I think it took a lot of people back, and as soon as they got into about pages into the story and seeing how this anamorphic style writing towards this serial killer thing was a hit, it does reduce some of the impact of how horrific this is. That stated, it doesn't take away from the story as far as how good it is in any way. It's just, yeah, it's an amazing story, and I dig what Patrick has done with it. So yeah, just saying. Beneath the Trees Nobody Sees, issue number 4. This is a rite of passage, so it's the second volume of the book. Put that over there. Youngblood, I think it was issue number 2. Oh no. This is and it started with Artist Elite that he was doing this. Final Fight? Is that what it is? Fight Power Up. Oh, come on. Final Boss. There it is. And this originally debuted that I know of by Tyler Kirkham on Artist Elite. I do have all those books, and this is the Youngblood cover for Final Boss. So yeah, I had to get that. Youngblood made a massive comeback, and it was doing a bunch of covers on a bunch of different books. So I got the King Spawn. No, I'm not reading it, but I had to get the issue number 50 as a blank cover. I like blank covers. And it tends to be, there's just a little tidbit, that blank covers with Spawn, they tend to go up. The same. Mighty Shot, issue number 5. I've been loving this series. I talked to Patton Oswalt about this, working with Silly, and he says he's having such a ball with this thing. He loves not only working with the guy, but he was really tickled when asked to work on this project in particular. So I'm really loving what he's doing, and I can't wait to get in issue number 5 and finalize that series. Barrel issue number 17. Tony Fleeks really knows how to not only write and knows his art. He really knows how to actually write in a particular way in which that he knows how to save every single dollar that I own. Everything that he writes, everything he does, I enjoy. And it isn't just that I'm a fan, it's just that he just, yeah. Feral's an ongoing series about cats that are trying to navigate their way to home to their owners. Once they actually got to their actual home, they end up finding out that their owners had left. So yeah, now they're just trying to navigate their way to safety through a whole town full of feral animals. Hey, Trav, how you doing? I appreciate you being here. Oh, and Trav, how you doing, Trav? Hope all is good with you. Thought I saw TM Nerdy in there too. Appreciate you being here, Trav. All right, and now Planet Death. I believe this is issue number 2. Yes, it is. This is developed and written by, which I believe Colt said is his whole thing is he's really trying to get interest in this so he can go ahead and develop it into a movie. He mostly is known for writing for his movies. He's known for doing John Wick. That was a project of his. And yeah, I really dig this series, and as much energy and effort he's putting into it with all the artists that he's getting, I really see this. That's the attempt. This is a whole pitch for development. Escape, issue number 3 by Rick Remender. Rick is killing it with his writing. He's not only doing a great job with Sacrificers. He just came out of finishing out with was it Seasons? I'm reading the Seasons, but here we are with issue number 3 of Escape, another anamorphic tale. Basically, it's like a World War II story of a downed pilot trying to get out of his enemy territory. Really hits you sideways. It's a little bit better than most would anticipate, and I highly recommend it. Rick is a phenomenal writer. Capes, issue number 1. Couldn't pass up on another Kirkham style book. You know what I mean? Everything he's touching turns to gold. And yeah, this is just furthering expanding the with Battle Beasts and the Invincible Universe. So here's Kate. Like I said, I've been getting all the Youngblood covers. I am a Youngblood fan. I am also a massive G.I. Joe fan. I'm liking how the crossover of G.I. Joe is working out with Transformers. It's further expanding the Energon universe. They are now directly working with one another, or working directly in opposition to one another, or manipulating one another. It's really cool. I like how it's working out between the Transformers and G.I. Joe. I'm just looking forward to it now, somehow integrating into its Void Rival type of stuff. This is the G.I. Joe blank for that. It's number 13, or no, 14, right? Is that where I'm at? 13. I was right. So I can guess myself. This is 14. I'm a little behind my reading. Looking forward to getting to this. I know there's a first appearance here of don't want to ruin it if no one's seen, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back into this books that I'm so far behind in. Transformers 26. Read this, loved it. Now that we got Kirkham on the helm of this, and I don't know if you guys know that former writer that was writing for this, he ended up getting pretty much locked in over at Marvel, and that's why he kind of had to jump ship. So now we got Kirkham further writing more stuff of his own personal works. And hey, if he's going to keep being given solid works as he has in the past, I'm not complaining. I'm really not. I'm looking forward to see this transition. And speaking of Kirkham, the last book of that Energon universe, which is Void Rivals. I've really been digging this thing, and Void Rivals 24. As far as I remember where they were leaving it, where they're now learning that maybe joining together might not work out the way they initially anticipated. I'm looking forward to seeing that result. I don't know yet, so I'm dying to get in. Sisterhood. This is a High Street tale. Now, this first started, when you look back at the whole Ghost universe thing, is Maytal Zulk is the one that ended up in first introducing the High Street. Even though it's not written by her as far as an ongoing series, this mini is hers. You'll see her writing right there. So the original concept of not only the original concept with the whole Ghost universe was her contribution to, but that in particular, meaning Hyde Street, was also, in my personal opinion and understanding, her concept altogether. But this is, she only got entitled to end up doing the minis as opposed to doing the ongoing series. I have no idea why. I'm looking forward to trying to talk to her and seeing how this is working out. Speaking of the whole universe thing, here's Rook Exodus. Yeah, I'm dying. I just read 7. Oh my God, it's so good. I can't wait to get into 8. I know 9 just released, and yeah, I'm digging this whole Rook Exodus. So far, it doesn't have any direct relation to the other storylines that are going on. Universe is concerned. I'm good with that because if it doesn't have to directly attach, it doesn't seem like it's holding as much necessity that I have to retain as much information because of how it interrelates with another storyline. Red Coat. It's no mystery the popularity that's been going on with this thing. I did make an announcement, I think it was like April 10th, no 17th, or no 19th. I think it was April 19th, and I ended up seeing Jeff Johnson. He ended up telling me about the development of this. I know I ended up saying it on my show. It was probably so brief that most people caught it, but I know if you go back, you'll end up seeing it like halfway through because it was on my show that this week's book, Sign Books. So when I went to go see a few people, and Jeff Johns is one of them, that ended up signing just a slew of books. He asked me which book was one of my favorites, and I did tell him Red Coat, and he was just like, "Yeah, well, you'll be happy to know." I'm like, "Yeah, The Invisible Man." If you read back, I think it's in issue number 1. James Tynion wasn't at all interested in writing any of these classic monster stories. But when he knew that he was going to end up having the availability to pick out certain ones, and being that this was available to write, he chose this in particular, knowing that as opposed to being victim of the other monsters, essentially were victims of the circumstance. This one was a madman already to begin with, and then drove himself even further nuts by turning himself into a monster. He liked that concept. And that's what pulled him into this Universal Monster Stories tale in particular, was then springboarding into him deciding to do the vampire one, which initially he was not going to do any at all. Kind of interesting, I thought. This was Aaron's last run right here on this turtle book. I'm sorry to see him go, but he set an interesting precedent, I believe, for the story, not only in how well it needs to go from here, but how the actual pace and development of these characters needs to be. If that's violated in any way after issue 13, regardless of the gimmicks on the blind bags and stuff, I don't know if those people like me that were reading it before are going to stay along. Just saying, 13 better kill it. Looking forward to reading 12. Skinbreaker. Now this has been awesome. This is issue number 2. The barbaric style is and to me is very unique in this story, and I really dig it. Again, Kirkman, everything he's doing has just been gold, and I just been really digging this story in particular. I bought like that one per store. I ended up doing like a foil or something like that. I'm all in. Skinbreaker's awesome. And Gotcha Man. Initially I bought this for my youth. Just a little bit of nostalgia. I figured after issue number 1 that would be it. It was that good. I go, all right, I'll give it just an arc. It was that good. Here I am in issue 14. I'm loving it. Gotcha Man is a story of intergalactic villains coming to take over Earth, and our protection is our science-based ninja group. Yeah, you heard that right. It is here to protect us from intergalactic villains. It's an interesting story that started off, and kind of started off the whole animation along with this. This kind of started everything along with Gotcha Man and a few other stories at the time. Really set animation and what it was going to end up being and developing to the future. Speed Racer issue number 5 by David Pepos is not on report. Is not only something I've been looking forward to read, but I love everything David puts out. And being that is another story of my youth, I can't help myself. Just saying. Speaking of which, David Pepos also writes Space Ghost. This is another one I've been digging a lot. It never had so much gravity as it does in this particular story, and I can't get enough of it. Initially, it was just being something that I was going to buy, again, to tantalize and just refamiliarize myself with my nostalgic years. But it turned into be so much more that, yeah, I'm definitely all in. So this is issue number 4 and 5 of the second arc of Space Ghost. It's been going on for a little bit. Youngblood, I've been talking about this for a little bit. The only one I bought from issue number 1 was, oh, I only bought this, is the Scotty Young cover. I loved it. I thought it was cool. I don't know, but I only got the cover, Scotty Young cover. I didn't even get a cover A. Holy stupid. And speaking of which, I was saying it before, Tynion decided to end up doing a Universal Monsters regular monster story, which was the Dracula tale. And this was issue 1 of 2, limited edition of the Black White special. I'm looking forward to jumping into that. I knew it was something that wasn't really, at all on his list to write, let alone something to consider. So being that he ended up writing The Invisible Man, that put him right into the realm of writing more Universal Monster stories. Hey, so those of you that cruise on through on the live, I appreciate you. I truly do, Trev. And everyone else that cruise on through on the live, thank you very much. And those that cruise on through the rewind, I appreciate you just the same. And that's it for me. Entropy, you say well. Bye.